Hi, Cancer, and welcome to your Law of Attraction Timeless Tarot reading. I have tried to create this tarot reading in such a way that, regardless of what you're trying to manifest, this reading can bring you guidance and information because we are going to look at your energy around what you're trying to manifest, what you have on point, and what might need some work, okay? So as always, all the decks I'm using are listed in the description box below. So Cancer, let's take a look at the energy you need to embody to achieve what it is you are trying to manifest for yourself. And it's going to be different for all of you. Everybody's trying to achieve their own thing, right? Nice. So this is a nice energy right here, actually. This is saying, Cancer, that you need to allow yourself to just be who you are, okay? This here, you notice this woman, she has this beak on. The symbolism of this is like finally coming into the place where you feel like you fit in and you belong. And this is in yourself as well as with other people. So embodying this energy, it tells me that even though you might feel like you don't belong or you don't fit in, you do. And the more you allow yourself to believe that and accept that what makes you different is, you know, that's not anything wrong. And I don't care if it's something that is perceived negative by society. That's just perception. And people don't recognize that every single person has an individual perception and nobody sees things the same way. So with this, it's saying don't look through anybody else's perspective based on their opinion of you. Look through your own heart, look through your own divine eyes at who you are and see yourself from that light and that perspective. And you'll see how you fit in perfectly to the bigger scheme of things where your place is in the universe and that you have just as much right to be here as anybody else and have, you know, a happy, good life. But you've got to come into that place in yourself where you're like, you know what, I don't care what anybody else says. I am here. I belong. I'm here for a damn reason, you know? So let's pull some cards to get more information. So this is a Flames card, and this is going to tell us where your life energy, your life force energy is at in regards to what you're trying to manifest. Okay, and like I said, this could be anything. You could be trying to manifest love, money, a job, car, becoming famous, owning a boat, like whatever it is. Everybody has, you know, different. Some of you just want to manifest healing and happiness, okay? Everybody wants something different, and there's nothing wrong with what you want, no matter what it is, okay? No judgment. So we have the Two of Flames here. This tells me a couple different things. Either some of you guys, there's two things you're really working on that you really want to manifest for yourself, or it's saying that, you know, half of your energy is going towards what you're trying to manifest and the other half of your life force energy is going towards everything else in your life. So either way, this isn't bad. If you are, you know, if you are a Cancer where you're trying to manifest this one thing and then this is, you know, the rest of your life, this is good. Okay, you are very balanced. You're giving your energy to all the obligations in your life properly, and you're giving enough energy to what you're trying to manifest as well. Okay, now for those of you that have these dual manifestations that you're trying to have take place, that could definitely be achieved. We'll have to draw. Oops. Oh gosh darn it. Sorry about that. Hit the camera. We'll have to draw a couple more cards, you know, to see the rest of your energies. But with this, you know, this is a good card coming out for your life force energy anyways. I just want to make sure I get that right. Sorry that I smacked the camera like that. All right. So we're going to take a look at your emotional energy around what it is you are trying to manifest. Nice. So I know right away, this is a big wish or dream for Cancer. Whatever it is that you are trying to manifest, like, it is deep in your heart and soul. And more to the point with this card, I really feel as though, like, the universe favors that. Like, you know, that is your path, and you want what you want because, you know, that's like your soul telling you, this is the way, this is the way. You need to align your energy to this path right here. So your emotional energy connected to what you're trying to manifest is perfect. It's beautiful, okay? But also coming out as the 9, I know this is something you've been wanting for a really long time, okay? And you know, with this being a 2, and then also this being a 2, I really feel like some of you, this is like a dual thing you're trying to manifest for yourself. So let's pull a card to see what your mental energy is around what you are trying to manifest. Here's another 2. Okay, so with this, first and foremost, some of you, this is saying, hey, Cancer, you need to open your mind. You need to open your energy. That's a part of the issue here. So it's like you're on point with your life force. You're on point with your emotional energy. But when it comes to your mental energy, you're kind of closed. You're blocked because the 2 of Orbs is the 2 of Swords card. So if you know anything about tarot, you know that card is all about blockage, not seeing, you know, most of the time it's like that we put ourselves in that position where we don't want to see the truth or we refuse to see the truth. Doesn't have to be the case, but with this, it's saying, listen, you need to open your mind and allow for greater expansion of how this can manifest for you. It's like you think it's going to go this particular way, and I don't think it's going to unfold how you plan. I do think it's going to unfold because of this, but I think you need to let go of your expectation of how you think it should unfold and what you think needs to happen or what you think you need for it to happen. Just kind of like surrender your control of it and trust that the universe can handle it just fine. Okay, just fine. Also, again, this is for those of you who are, you know, it's that, like, there's 2 things you're really trying to manifest for yourself. And with this, it's saying, listen, you might not be giving enough energy to them because you're splitting yourself, okay? You've got to think of it this way. We are organic human beings, okay? We only have so much life force energy in a single day to get us going, and at some point we shut off and have to sleep and recharge. Now, if you're taking drugs, you know, obviously you can bypass the sleeping process, and, you know, some people suffer from insomnia. Like, I get it. Like, not everybody is just going to shut off and recharge, but by and large, that's the norm, okay? So you've got to recognize that if you only have so much life force energy in one day, you've got to decide where you're going to direct it. And that comes into play with what are the emotions that you're experiencing? Where's your thoughts at? Because that's energy that you are spending, okay? So if you're really emotional and upset and nervous and just kind of on edge, you're spending a lot of emotional energy. So you've got to think of life in those terms, you know, your mental energy, your emotional energy, your physical energy, that's all your life force energy, and you direct it where to go, you know. And this is saying, listen, Cancer, really pay attention, because you're splitting your energy, and you don't want to do that. Now, I get it, there's some people in this world that spend a long time in an emotional, spiritual discipline, like a monk, and they can do amazing things, you know, like not sleep, not eat, sit in the freezing cold and melt the snow with their body heat. Like, I get it, okay? I'm just generalizing here. So to help you understand what I'm trying to convey to you guys. So think about how you're spending your mental energy, okay? Because this says, you know, either half is going here and the rest is to your life, or you're split between two things, and you need to get that balanced. So let's pull a card to see where is this in the physical manifestation part of the process. Ooh, so look at, you guys have a great synchronistic reading. We have the Nine of Crystals. So this is like 2299, and look, 2. Okay, some of you, now that we have these cards out, what it appears is it's like you're split, your energy is split. Maybe you're working 2 jobs, or you're trying to do 2 different things, or you're really trying to achieve something big, but then you're still trying to balance like everyday life, okay? Some of you, there is some physical manifestation already of what you've been trying to manifest, but it's like you're making a transition and you're not fully there yet. Now, for others of you, if there is no evidence of physical manifestation, what I see here is like you are right there on the verge of manifestation, but it's down to these, you know, the 2 of Flames and the 2 of Orbs, the mental energy. I really feel like, Cancer, you need to balance this mental energy and be very conscientious of where you're spending it. And some of you, this also includes like you need to open your mind and be more open to other possibilities. It's like if you open to other possibilities, it means you're not going to get what you've really been trying to achieve here. That's not the case. It's saying like you need to open yourself up, because even though you might think you have to go up 2 miles and take a left, you really need to only go up 3 blocks, take a right, take your immediate next left, and then loop around the bend, okay? It's that type of energy. So allow the universe to direct you, okay? And for those of you who are really like trying to just balance 2 things, like, and you're, some of you, this is like, you're trying to like become self-employed somehow, some way. And it's like you're almost there and you're like, oh, I can't do 2 jobs. Or it's not even that you're trying to get self-employed. It's like you're doing 2 jobs, or you're working and going to school. You know, there's just, your energy is split in 2 ways. And I feel like this is more than like what you're trying to manifest, and then the rest of your, you know, all the other things that are in your life. There's something else going on here that is just really messing with you, with your mental energy. So let's pull a couple of emotions cards to see what emotions, you know, are hindering, that are attached to this. And this mental energy, even though we pull it in the lineup of what you're trying to manifest, your mental energy about what you're trying to manifest could be on point, but there's other things in your life that are really like throwing you out of balance in this area. Because, you know, it's just your cards are fab. All right, so we have grateful, thankful, appreciative, blessed. So with this, I get 2 things. Either A, you guys are feeling like nobody appreciates you, nobody's thankful for what you do, you know, you're feeling very overlooked. It's like, I'm there for everybody, I'm doing all these things, and then at the end of the day, it's like, where is everybody? Or when I need help, where is everybody? So some of you, it's definitely that you are feeling like you are not appreciated whatsoever. Now, since this is general, this goes the other way too. This is saying some of you are not nearly as grateful and appreciative as you need to be. And that's not to say you're not grateful, but sometimes, just depending on life circumstances, there is so much we can take for granted that we don't even realize we're taking for granted, like our clean running water, hot showers, coffee in the morning, having a roof over your head, having a meal in your belly 3 times a day. Like, depending on where you live in the world, that's just common everyday life for most people. But for other people in this world, clean water, are you kidding? They don't even know what that is. A hot shower, 3 full meals a day, like so much food that you can easily start getting overweight because there's just so much available to us. Like this here, Cancer, I feel is, whether it is that you're not feeling appreciated or not, really take a long look at every single blessing around you. And blessing, like I said, is water, is food, is clean air, is a safe place to be, is having a job, even if you hate that job, okay? You have an income. That job is paying your bills. So, I've had some really horrible jobs in my life, and that's what I always have to go back to is, thank you, job, for supporting me and my family and my way of life. Because, if you have nothing to be grateful for about a job, you can be grateful for it in that aspect. It's really all about perspective. So this here is saying to you guys, when you're feeling ungrateful, when you're feeling unappreciative, that is your kryptonite. That screws up your mental energy so bad, okay? And with this card, some of you, I feel like this is you just feeling so sad in the world, like there is so many people that suffer and, they don't have the normal comforts of life. Like there's a lot going on in this card right here, so you apply it to yourself how it fits, okay? But whatever this means for you, work on balancing this energy, because that is what throws your mental energy out of balance. Now, the next card we have is Resentful. This is offended, bitter, and this again is your kryptonite. I love that it's green, and that card was green too. This is saying, Cancer, that when you are feeling offended and just bitter towards somebody, like, how dare you, and it's not to say you don't have every single right to feel what you feel, because you do. But when you recognize this is the place that you have dropped into vibrationally, you need to make the choice of, okay, do I want to stay in this energy? Or, you know what, this does not serve me, and this is probably like one of the worst things I can feel, okay? So I get, for many of you, based on these 2 cards, it's you feel so invisible, so overlooked no matter what you do, and it just makes you resentful. It makes you angry. It, frustrates you, and it hurts you. And so it's really easy to fixate on that mentally, and I think that's what you're doing. And honestly, if you can learn how to work out this energy, and I get it, it's true, people are probably not appreciating you the way that you deserve. I can appreciate that all day long, I'll tell you what. But just remember, we're all made differently, and be grateful for yourself that you are somebody who is there, that people can count on, and that is trying to, be something beautiful in this world. Because I don't believe the saying, if you can't beat them, join them. Because why the hell would you ever, if you were made to be this beautiful soul, like, why would you ever want to go to the side and just like diminish your light because people are a-holes? No, you don't need to go join the a-hole team, okay? Don't do it. Come back to the light, Cancer. Come back to the light. You've just got to appreciate who you are and the way that you were made. And as you recognize that you were constructed much differently, you are far more sensitive, you are far more loving, you are far more empathetic. You need to see that as a gift, like you were made different. You're not an a-hole, okay? You don't need to join that team. You weren't made for that team. You were made to be who you are. And, you know, sometimes you just got to cut some people off and out of your life if they just cannot appreciate you no matter what. Because I feel like whatever's attached to this, it comes down to here. And, you know, you are right on the verge of your manifestation. 2 9s. So let's pull a few more cards for you, Cancer. If you hear all that noise, I have a little 2-month-old guinea pig that I bought as a companion for my older one, because I heard a law in Sweden that you have to own 2. If you don't own 2, they get sad and depressed, and it was like eating me alive. So he is just flying around the cage. So if you hear that, that is what that is. A little 2-month-old guinea pig, blissfully, joyfully enjoying his life with no cares in the world. And you know what? I think that's synchronistic for you, Cancer. Yeah, because look at what fell out just as I was saying that. Turn your eyes to what's beautiful about life, and turn your eyes to what is beautiful about you and inside of you. And run and frolic like you have no cares in the world. Because he sure looks like he's having a good time. Yes, look at the fledgling. Yeah, you're really trying to either completely like start a new way of life, start a new career path, just change your energy. Like you really want that. You're like, I am tired of this crap. Like I want a happy life. You are getting to that place where you're like, I deserve what I deserve. And I'm not selfish for it. And good for you, Cancer. No, you're not. You deserve happiness. You deserve respect. So now we have a meditation. And this, you know, isn't so much like, oh, you need to go into meditation and all of that. You know, as spiritual as I am, to kind of just sit here and have a completely quiet mind, no way in high hell. No way. No way, no day. Like, I have tried and tried. Nope, it just does not work for me like that. I don't know what it is. I've just got to be, like, in the zone. And when I'm in the zone, it's just like I'm there. So I get, like, not everybody can sit there with a quiet mind. If I do a meditation, it's always to some sort of music or, you know, somebody leading the meditation, because my mind is so active, you know, and honestly, slowing the mind down, yeah, I know that helps things, but I only ever try to do that when I recognize my energy is like crazy. Otherwise, no, I could never just sit there for no hour. I'm sorry. I couldn't. And, you know, some of you probably feel that way too. And don't let, spiritual practices are so personal. Okay, what works for me is not going to work for you. What works for you isn't going to work for somebody else. So however it is that you connect in, like I said, for me, I just got to jump in the zone and I'm there. So however it is that you connect to the universe, that you connect to your inner self, your higher self, you need to work on that a bit. And I feel like in that space, you learn how to kind of transmute that energy and you calm your mind, okay? So however that works for you, get on board. And then we have loyalty. So yeah, there's definitely an energy here where Cancer feels very taken advantage of, very looked over, used, and that may be what happened, okay? But those feelings, Cancer, no, they do not serve you. They prevent you from this Nine of Cups and this Nine of Crystals that you have worked for, okay? So sometimes, you know, when people realize, oh my God, my stubbornness and unwilling to forgive is what's keeping me from this, and you're like, well, yeah, look at the energy of the cards. It's saying it clear as day. And they're like, oh, and that is enough for them to just let something go. So I know that the intense emotions we experience, it's a choice. It might not always feel that way, but after a certain time, you know, when there's been some healing, it becomes a choice in whether we vibrate here or we choose to let it go for ourselves, not for whoever, you know, triggered this inside of us, but for ourselves, to free ourselves of that so that we can get to our Nine of Crystals. Like, seriously, Cancer, this energy, do what you got to do to get it out of town. And so this mental energy can become very stable and you can have your Nine of Crystals. This is like something you've been wishing for. And nobody's worth giving up your manifestation for. Nobody. And you just remember, when you're on top, Cancer, you remember who was there for you and who wasn't. And I know you have a beautiful, forgiving heart, but those who weren't there for you, that's where you just blow them a kiss and say, I hope you have a beautiful life. Thank you for everything you did to make me feel bad about myself, because you pushed me down, and now I am so strong, and look at where I'm at, and look at where you still are. Alright, so let's see what the advice is. Plant seeds and manifest. Yes, those seeds you planted, Cancer. Yes, yes, yes. Do you not see? They're just about ripe. After the 9 comes the 10. Believe. Believe in the energetic work you have done with what you're trying to achieve, and recognize it's just the mental energy, okay? It's just your mental energy that needs a little bit of work. Death and rebirth. This also here, I feel, is speaking to how I say that what you're trying to manifest, it isn't the way that you think that it will. It's not to say that you're not getting what you want, but I think you need to kind of let go of control and allow yourself, like when you open this mind, that is a death and rebirth, because you're completely opening yourself up to a new perspective, which means your consciousness has expanded, okay? And relationships and partnerships. Yes, yes. Some of you, there are people that you really just need to cut ties with. Like, they suck you dry. They screw you up in your mind. And, you know, you participating with them and them triggering you, that is what's preventing you from moving forward. And you don't need all that in your life. I don't care who they are. So let's pull one more card. The present. I fully experience every moment of my life by living in the present. Yes. Let the past go, let it die, so that you can be reborn, Cancer. And through this rebirth, and look see that little mouse there? And my little guinea was running around his cage saying, hello, everybody. Yes, let the past go. There's beautiful new friends up ahead. There's new relationships for you up ahead. What has not served you and what did not honor you needs to fall away. And you need to look at where you are today, what is beautiful in your life today, and focus there so you can move forward. Okay, and I've had a lot of people kind of be angry with me for that advice and like, this hurts and and I'm like, listen, I would not sit here and say this to you if I had not been through hell and back like crazy, okay? And suffered that shit out pretty much on my own, had to get back on my own 2 feet, nobody having my back. And I thought the universe hated me and that I was cursed. But at the end of the day, now that I stand where I stand, that was the universe telling me, hey, girlfriend, you have got to get stronger. You have got to learn how to stand on your feet. You've got to have your own back. Every single thing that hurts you inside, you can't fall down and lay there. You've got to be able to handle life. And, you know, I get it. I'm a water sign too. It's really hard when you feel people and you feel everything. And, you know, when people hurt you, it hurts you more than it probably hurts another person when they get hurt. Water signs, I've found, experience everything 10 times over, including physical pain, including like sensations of hot and cold, their eyes even, the sensitivity to the sun. So you've got to recognize that you're a being that operates on such a different frequency, that you are so sensitive. And that is your gift. And the harder life is, it's trying to teach you how to build an armor around yourself, not to block you out and disconnect you from others, but to protect that beautiful sensitivity that exists inside of you that is so sacred. You know, not everybody in this world has that. So sometimes if you keep getting knocked down, somehow, some way, Cancer, it's because you're not being there for yourself. And you could be angry at me for saying that, but like I said, I have been there, done that. And for a long time, I was a victim. And I justified it because what happened was so unfair. But now I'm like, damn, I needed that. And because of that, I am one strong, badass bitch to this day. And just know what used to happen in my life, that don't happen anymore. And I'm so much happier for it. And there were people that I had to cut out and let go of. And, you know, I focused on what I was grateful for, the relationships in my life that were beautiful, like throughout my life, because every one of us at some point has had somebody that is like, hey, I care about you, you matter. Everybody, even if it was a stranger or, you know, you just got a message that was like a synchronicity from the universe. You know, one time I was feeling really bad about myself, just so down. And I was driving home from work and I just felt like look up, and I looked over to the parking lot. There was a shopping center, you know, right on the other side. I was at a light, and it was like some fitness workout place, and they had this big truck and it said, "You are okay just as you are." Now, to me, just because of how I was feeling and the urge to look up in that direction, that to me was the universe giving me the love that I needed, giving me the encouragement and the reminder that I needed. And so, you know, that is there for you, Cancer. When nobody is there, reach out to the universe, and I promise the universe will love you the way that you are wishing so badly others would love you and appreciate you. And sometimes that has to be enough, because sometimes that's all we have. But when you've walked that path, you are such a beautiful wealth of love and energy for other people to help them heal and say, hey, I understand, I've been there, and there's nothing wrong with you. The only thing wrong with you is what you're thinking about yourself, and I can help you with that. So that's your reading. I don't know why I went on like that. It just, that was what I was moved to do, and I'm telling you, oh my God, I'm like sweating. The energy is so strong in this reading for you guys. So Cancer, that is your reading on how to help you manifest what it is you're trying to achieve. I hope that helped, and I am wishing you all the best. Take care.